All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brothers, Khaya Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachaha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. So this is a video from Dabu 7. It says it's happening. All right. APMEX announces $10,000 minimum on retail purchases due to historic silver volumes. All right, and I want to point out that that since this upload from Dabu 7, all right, APMEX has retracted that statement from their or they retracted that bulletin from their statement, in which I have the official statement right here. You know what I'm saying? Just queued up so we can dive into it. But yeah, with that said, let's listen to this video real quick, and then I'm gonna read the statement, and we're gonna get a couple precepts. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make this long. All right, check it out.
This is Dabu 7, and we have some unprecedented moves happening here with the precious metals markets. APMEX coming out and saying that they're instituting a $10,000 minimum in terms of retail purchases across the board, and that they're 4 days behind in receiving orders. They're doing all this to try to catch up. They've been hit hard here, and this is going to affect people big time. On the last update, I told you how Costco and other companies out there were only letting people buy like 1 or 2 ounces per person a day. And it began. Well, now with this 10K minimum, people are going to be hard pressed to get their hands on silver. And this creates a panic type of moment. The plus to this is that it did pull back. The markets did pull back, but this is off news. Donald Trump decided at the last minute to not bomb Iran. So with the peace news, the precious metals always pull back. On war news, they surge. That's what they were doing. And, you know, like in the 90s with silver, if we would have hit Iran, you could almost guarantee that silver would have ran up over 100. We were right there. But the markets and everything are not ready for this. The paper markets in the West are rigged. Okay? And we only mine 800 and some ounces every year of silver. 2 banks alone, just 2, are in debt, short 4.4 billion ounces of silver. And they're being called on it. And something massive is happening here globally that people are missing. This is all driven by news. I will say that the next big spike is probably going to happen when you hear that we're dropping bombs on someone. Whether it's Cuba, Mexico, Greenland, Venezuela, Iran, take your pick at this point. Soon as the war cycle goes back into motion, these will spike. It's like clockwork. And it's almost like a prophetic crystal ball now for us, for those of you that have the eyes to see. If you know everything I just told you, then you know that, say, when this on the left, it's in a channel, it gets down to this bottom line. Every time it goes up, what does that mean? That means war news was being pushed. When it's driving hard, every time. And when it stops dead in its tracks and it declines and everything, that's because it's all been called off. You see, all of this sways with the news cycles. So you could almost guarantee by the time that this price gets down toward this line, I'd say they'd be about ready for another strike, because that's how it's going to work. There's signals there that if you have the eyes to see, you can pick up on. The $1 that you see on the right side of the screen is selling for $100. $1. Fine silver selling for $100. Let that sink in. This is unprecedented. A 10K minimum. The problem now is going to be, can you even get it? So this dip, this pullback, opened up an opportunity here. Hopefully you can get it. I want to see people get in on this leg. It's not over. We were buying at $12. Up to this point, it's been nice, but the goal here is to 1,000. Anyone that can fill up before 100, all the way to 1,000, you could 10x. If you're in the right state, it's tax-free. You can't beat it. You're not going to get many gimmies like this. The only caveats here are, as it's always been, and always will be, is your government trying to come and take it, or even being able to get your hands on it. Just what if they play the card that Fort Knox is empty? What happens then? So many different variables out there. One thing's for sure, you better get it while the getting is good. In my opinion, and our goal from here is everyone load up. $1,000 is going to be the next marker, the next stop. If anyone can even get it, this is truly unprecedented. What's happening right now with this move has never been seen before. Join me for the live streams where I've got more time to talk about this in greater detail. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu77. I hope to see you guys there. Much love.
All right. Salaki. Let's get back to that. So let's dive into it, man, because we're seeing we're seeing massive changes that's going on in the economy, man, because this thing's about to pop. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the prices right now. And the silver, Salaki, let me turn these off. The silver has jumped up to 92. You remember that the actual price has been in the 100 range. You know what I'm saying, for the past couple weeks now. You know what I'm saying? And China has been selling at that actual price. You know what I'm saying? Yet, according to the markets, all right, the markets are rigged. All right, in the West, the markets are rigged. They've had this thing artificially holding at like 70. I think it was like $72 or something like that. Meanwhile, in order for you to actually buy an ounce of silver, it was about 80 some bucks, $86. You know what I'm saying? So they was heavily manipulating the market. And then it's gotten to the point now that they can't hide this thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it jumped up to 80, I think it was like $83 on the charts, you know what I'm saying, a few days ago. And now I'm looking at it's at $92.40. You know what I'm saying? They still can't tell you exactly where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Because we caused the panic. But, it's too little too late, man. The people have already realized that this thing is going. You know what I'm saying? The market is or shall I say the economy is done, man. So people are trying to get out of the market as quickly as possible and get their silver. But you can't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because, these things these things are in high demand now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read this this statement from the CEO of APMEX. You know what I'm saying? I think why is it so blurry like this? Jeez. Anyway, so I'm gonna read this here. It says, "Dear valued customer, The past 2 weeks have marked a historic moment in the precious metals market. Both gold and silver has reached record highs multiple times, driven by a convergence of global uncertainty, inflation concerns, and renewed interest in hard assets. So they're admitting what's happening. All right, they're admitting this thing. It says with these price movements has come a surge in demand, one unlike anything we've seen in years. As new customers enter the market and seasoned investors act decisively to adjust their positions. This level of demand brings real challenges across the entire industry. Supply is tight, order volumes are elevated, and service channels are under pressure. Many firms are struggling to keep pace. In moments like these, the difference between providers become clear. I want to personally assure you that APMEX was built for environments like this. Our scale, long-standing supplier relationships, and operational investments allow us to continue offering the depth of inventory, product quality, and reliability our customers expect, even when market conditions are strained. While no organization is immune to the realities of unprecedented demand, we are ideally positioned to navigate it effectively. All right. So basically, they go on to say that, there's going to be delays and there's going to be, there's going to be waiting periods and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But basically, they had to admit it. All right, they had to admit it, man. The economy is uncertain. Global events are volatile. You know what I'm saying? So, they got to move. All right, they got to move, man. So it's only a matter of time. This is signaling that this is the end of Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to Elder Yashawamba. I was listening to I think it was Elder Apostle Ramlab. I was listening to Elder Aishiyar, and it was all going into the fact that ancient Rome had did the exact same thing that America is doing today, man. You see what I'm saying? And this is another indicator to let you know that prophecy is speaking, man. Prophecy is speaking. This is that little horn. This is that eighth head. You know what I'm saying? That comes in the stead of the beast that preceded it. You see? America is Rome 2.0, as the scriptures say. You see what I'm saying? So the things that was written before time were written for our learning, and the things that happened before are happening today. So let's get this in the book of Ecclesiastes. Slack it. All right. Chapter 1. Let's go to chapter 1 and let's hit verse 9. All right. Slack. All right, Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. It says, "The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." You know what I'm saying? As I was at work this morning, I was thinking about the amount of inflation because what did I do? I grabbed a bag of cookies, and the bag of cookies was like what $2 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? $2, and I think it was like $2.30, and you know what I'm saying? You open the bag. Yo, I was so disappointed. I had to laugh, man. You know what I'm saying? I opened up the bag of cookies, and the shit was like it was like 50% air. It was like 50% air in that bitch. I was I was laughing my ass off, I tell you. How you be so disappointed that you have to laugh? Oh man. It's like that's $2.30 for half a bag of cookies. But you know what I'm saying? But it had me thinking about shrinkflation. You know what I'm saying? You pay more for less. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about how things used to be back in the 80s and the 90s. You know what I'm saying? How things used to be back in the 90s specifically, where when you go to the grocery store, you got, let's say you got like $100 or something like that. Man, you walking out of there with like maybe two full big carts of groceries. You know what I'm saying? To fill up the house. And I remember when my mother would come in from grocery shopping. I mean, it would take a good 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Unloading the car, and then have to put all those groceries back up, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? $100 back then, it really stretched. You see what I'm saying? And then when you opened up a box of cereal, all right, that box of cereal was actually freaking full. You see what I'm saying? That box of cereal was actually full, and the cereal probably cost like maybe, I don't know, like $2 or some shit. You know, $2 for a whole box of cereal. Nowadays, you get it like what, close to $7 for a box of cereal. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the brand, of course. But when you get the cereal itself is halfway full. It's only halfway full. Like I said, 50% air. You know? So you gotta deal with inflation. You gotta deal with shrinkflation. Then you gotta deal with stagflation. You know what I'm saying? The prices continue to go up, but your wages ain't going up nowhere. You see? So this place is done, man. This place is done. And the same thing happened with Rome. Ancient Rome, where they devalued the currency. They devalued the denarii. You know what I'm saying? And no longer was a silver coin purely silver anymore. All right? And so that collapsed the economy, man. And we're seeing it here. So now everybody wants the hard assets. Everybody wants true money. Gold and silver are true money. Always has been, always will be. You see? So this all leads, it only leads to one place, and that's the collapse. All right, so let me get Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." And there's gonna be a crash in this economy, man. It's happening. It's happening already. You know what I'm saying? And just like Gerald Celente said, when all else fails, they take you to war. And what did we see? We saw the takeover of Venezuela. We're seeing the takeover of Greenland. You know what I'm saying? I was just looking at something earlier, real quick. I think it was in RT, but or was it in RT? I don't know. It says, this one article says Denmark admits to fundamental disagreement with Trump over Greenland. Okay. Yeah. So I can't remember where that article was that I was reading, um, but different former allies of America are now saying, what I'm saying, we're gonna go and we will defend Greenland. You know, so hey man, when all else fails, they take you to war, and they know that this dollar is out the door, man. It's out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not coming back. All right, and when that dollar goes, so does everything else. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be a ripple effect, because if America loses its dominance as the world reserve currency, then all these other nations that was attached to the dollar will all collapse simultaneously. You see what I'm saying? So there's no place that you're just gonna go, get your ticket and just leave the country and just live a happy life. No, man. You know, that's just not how it's gonna work. Every place is gonna be affected when America falls. All right. So let me get this here in the book of Ezekiel. And please forgive me. I am kind of tired for some reason. It's kind of unusual, but I did just have some ginger tea, so I guess that kind of calmed down my body. So I'm just ready to crash. I'm just ready to crash. So let me get this here in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 16. It says, "But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. And shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads." Man, we're gonna be seeing civil war. We're gonna be seeing we're gonna be seeing clashes everywhere. We're gonna be seeing all types of stuff. All right. Second Ezra chapter 15 and chapter 16 is about to commence. We're already seeing the beginning stages of it. Civil unrest, sedition among men. Very soon, people are going to be invading one another. If this government shutdown, they say that there's a government shutdown that's going to happen. That's set to happen was it January the 30th? You know what I'm saying? And we saw what happened during the last shutdown. What if they don't turn it back on? All right. Or shall I say, what if they don't bring back the government? Hey man, we enter into these times. We're entering into these times. So let me get this here. Verse 19. "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity." You know what I'm saying? So this is only going to get worse. Only going to get worse, man. I'm going to finish this off in Revelation chapter 6. All right. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6. It reads, let me hit verse 5. Revelation 6 and 5, it says, "And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on it had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts, all right, And when you think about that balances, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with these markets? Okay, supply and demand is completely offset. There's not enough demand to, or there's not enough supply to meet that demand. You know what I'm saying? So that's another form of balance, because this economy is anything but balance. You know what I'm saying? Heavy ibotyets. You know what I'm saying? Heavy debts. All right. Okay, verse 6, it says, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny." All right. And when you go into that word for penny, it's talking about a day's wage. Okay. It's talking about a day's wage. So it's got to take 3 measures of barley for a penny, a measure of wheat for a penny, 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's coming to the time where, you know, it's gonna take so much, all right, so much money just to pay for a loaf of bread, man. So if you think about a penny is the equivalent of a day's wage, and that's what's going to be necessary for you to pay for bread. Necessary for you to pay, all right, for barley. Okay? So we're coming into these times where, all right, you could have $100 in your pocket, and that still won't be enough for you to pay for a loaf of bread, man. All right? So, hey, get your minds together, man. Get your minds right, and pray and repent, man, because it's that time. It's that time. So I'm gonna crash it for the night. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakar Kodash. Double honors into the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And shalom.